What's up, y'all? Today, I am retiring my old camera. This is the first ever interchangeable lens camera I ever got. First real type of proper camera. I had a point and shoot that I shot a few of these old YouTube videos on before I got this thing. This is the Canon 60D. I got it, I think, around 2009, 2010, something like that. So I've had it 9 or 10 years. And it's done great. It's done all the videos that I've done going back quite a ways. You know, some of the stuff, hopefully, that's been halfway decent, I've used this camera on lately. And then some of the stuff in the past that's less decent. It served a great purpose. It did a great job. It's got a bunch of options because it's Canon. There's all kinds of lenses and gear. The basic kit lens that I had is this 18-135, which I used pretty early on, but I switched to this guy, which is the 50mm 1.8. It's like $100. It's the best thing I ever bought. Has really cool depth of field and stuff. Did some great photos over the years too. I had a whole bunch of stuff that I took with this lens and with the kit lens. So again, a great camera, and it's done me a lot of good over the years. But since I've kind of gotten more into videography, I've been using my phone for a lot of stuff, GoPros. I've just been trying to learn more about this. I realized that I needed some new gear. And so that's what I did. I got this. Well, I'm filming, you can't see it. It's a Panasonic GH5. I'll put a link down below. You can check it out if you're so inclined and what kind of gear that I'm using. And I'll put links to lenses and all that kind of stuff too. But I'm really stoked. I've only just got it, so I don't know that much about it. I'm still kind of figuring it out. So if the colors look weird or all that kind of stuff, I'm still probably going to be learning how to color balance this stuff for a while because it's all new footage. But I really dig it. It does slow motion, it does 4K, does everything I need. And it's really pretty good at still photos too. Again, I haven't done a whole lot with it, but so far so good. But that's not what we're talking about. Today we're talking about this. It's a tin whistle called Woodi, made by a company called Woodi. And I'd never heard of them, but this is a friend of mine, so he let me borrow it for this review. So check it out, we're gonna do the thing, and we'll break this down. So a buddy of mine sent me a picture of this thing saying he's trying to learn how to play the whistle. What do you think? I said, oh, you got a Susato. He said, no, it's something called Woodi. I said, okay, it's a Susato, but whatever. Well, no, it's obviously not, now that I look at it. But he sent me the picture. I swore it was either a Susato or just some sort of a clone, because it certainly looks exactly like it. I got my old Susato here, different color, but you can see the overall shape is pretty similar. When I look at it up close, though, first of all, I like that this one's kind of got a matte finish. This shiny stuff on here never really did much for me. But it definitely looks better than a Susato. The more important bit, though, it doesn't sound like a Susato. If anything, it sounds like a Generation, which is kind of crazy in this sort of a setup, but it sounds like it's a lot more reliable than your basic Generation. The intonation seems good. It's stable across the octave. I'll do my usual octave jumping exercise. And one thing I noticed too, it requires a lot less air than the Susatos. The Susatos are louder, I would say. Maybe not, pretty close. And it's got definitely more of that plasticky kind of sound, but it requires more air, which is a little bit surprising. I figured that would be identical because given the overall structure of the whistle is really the same. It's also noticeably lighter. I don't know if that's a good thing or bad thing right off the bat. I haven't had enough time with it to be able to tell. My initial impressions would be to be a little concerned. I would assume it's a bit more brittle, but I don't know that for a fact, and I'm not going to go around smashing it because it doesn't belong to me. This is a buddy of mine's. By the way, just to be clear, this is not an ad. These guys didn't pay me for this. This isn't even mine. I'm just borrowing it for the purposes of doing this video because I thought it'd be interesting. Because, spoiler alert, I think it's a decent option. They're 19 bucks, something like that on Amazon. I'll put a link down below if you want to check it out. And that comes with both a C and a D. You're going to want the D more than anything, but for that price, it's really not bad. And relative to what you get out of a Generation or something like that, this one just seems a little bit more stable. So again, for the price, sounds pretty decent. I'm probably the most surprised. I really thought it would be, if anything, it would be a lesser version of a Susato, and you guys kind of know how I stand on those anyway. But it's not. It's its own thing, and it mimics some of those qualities of the basic Generation type. Here it is, relatively speaking. I can just show you size-wise relative to the Gary Humphrey that I play. Humphrey is just a little bit taller. The finger spacing, if I'm looking at this right, yeah, pretty close. They're all going to be about the same. So you can see it's definitely thicker, if that makes a difference. If that's something that matters to you, I don't know if that'd be easier or harder to hold, just kind of depends, but you can hear the difference in tone. Versus just a little bit softer. So it kind of depends what you like. You know, again, I'm really pleasantly surprised, and I would say impressed that this thing is as good as it is for as cheap as it is. So if you're looking for something, especially if you're just getting started, you don't want to drop a bunch of money on something handmade, which is totally understandable, this is a good way to go. I'm surprised, I'm impressed. It's kind of cool. Woody, well done, y'all. Cheers, guys. See y'all in the next one.